What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the interweb? So today, we got two things to talk about. One is how long passed between Jak and Daxter and Jak 2, and two, what I'm going to be up to today, which is kind of exciting. We'll start with the boring one first, and then we'll go into Jak. So, I have an interview today with a game company, which means this is our first steps towards me working at Naughty Dog and being able to say, guys, we need to make Jak 4. Step 1 of like 5 is currently taking place. Okay, now on to what we were supposed to be talking about. How much time took place between Jak and Daxter and Jak 2? It was 300 to 315 years. You really gotta do the math. It's hard to figure it out. They never explicitly said it. It was something in the Lost Frontier that let us know that it was 300 to 315 years. But that's kind of weird because in that time period, Mar was able to become a legend and people forgot about him and just glorified him. Which is kind of weird because it's not that long people would have known what he looked like. The United States isn't even 300 years old and we can already tell you what George Washington and all of them looked like. So Mar is kind of like the George Washington of Jak and Daxter. Jak is Mar. Let's just be completely honest with that. Jak's Mar. If we ever get another Jak and Daxter game, it's probably going to be about Jak's adventures that made him Mar. So it would be kind of cool with that when that eventually happens to see exactly how long and how everybody forgot about Mar and all that. Personally, I think when they do it and they do it right, it's going to be insane. But anyways, this is about the length of time. But it's kind of crazy in that 315 year at most time span, Samos's hut still managed to stay alive and everything else changed. They completely leveled everything in the world of Jak and Daxter to make the city. In some parts you can see the water rose up and you can even see that some ruins are completely gone. Like for example, the pyramid like things on Sandy Shore, I think it's Sandy Shore, I might be wrong about the name of it. I hate the first Jak and Daxter, so I try not to remember it too much, but the Sandy Shore area, the first area of the game, there's those pyramids where there, I believe there's not a precursor, but an orb of some kind at the very beginning of the game, right there. Those things had to have been knocked down and, disintegrated, The big temples and towers and everything, they had to have been, destroyed. Something major had to have happened. Something insane had to have happened in that time period to completely destroy the world of Jak and Daxter so that Haven City could be built up. It's not every day that temples get destroyed. I mean, look in Mexico, in Guatemala, there are still the pyramids standing. In Egypt, there are still the pyramids standing. So it's going to be really cool if a future Jak game shows us what Jak did to become the legendary Mar, and if we get to see how everything exploded and changed and all this, that, and the other. It would be really cool. But, for now, we can just speculate it. Maybe we'll talk more about it later if this video does good or something. But with that being said, my name is Cruzando. Try not to die. Maybe I will see you in the next video.